What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another great episode of Shyt Talkin Time with your boy Bell. I'm me, boss. Time to do it with the best. Let's talk this shit. I got all new topics up on the table today. The first topic we're going to talk about is a little theory that I've been throwing around, but I guess it ain't really a theory when proof is there. And then the next episode, we're going to start out giving out flowers. I mean, it's been quite some time. We never really gave away flowers on this show. But I just been noticing through all this little back and forth controversy and shit between T.I. and 50 Centers, figure that we crown somebody else king of the South. Nigga with some pretty straight paperwork, album sales, everything checks out. So we're gonna say that for the second half. So the first time, always make sure you check out the sponsor, of course. Don't hurt to stop by to see what they got going on. First topic is, we're gonna dive back into this 50 Cent Maino thing. Maino he been getting pretty consistent with the songs. I mean, he got a lot of new music, stuff like that that's coming out behind it. Once again, like I keep saying, it wasn't gonna make the impact that people expected. Um, Not saying it's not good music, it's just a simple fact. Throwing a you throwing cotton balls at a brick wall, I think you're gonna make a dent. It's not really gonna help. So his music is kind of going over. I mean, to me, Papoose music and T.I.'s Sons got the most music of all. And that's a little topic that we touched on before, but I had to go back and do some more research because it sounded right to me. So if you do a little homework, I could put it together. I know that's how a lot of y'all like it, but I could put it together for y'all. But you got an interview with Tony Yayo and DJ Flag. Then you got an interview with Maino and DJ Flag, and they both say a very familiar name, which is a cat named Hamo. Now, for years and years, I mean, I knew the boy. I ain't gonna say I knew him personally, but I knew of the boy Hamo. Hamo was allegedly supposed to be the guy who shot 50 Cent. Hamo was supposed to be close friends with boxing heavyweight champ Mike Tyson and a few other niggas who grew up in the Brooklyn Brownsville area. Maino, of course, grew up in the Brooklyn Brownsville area. So it wasn't really, too hard to put it together. Now, Tony Yayo has introduced a theory because I noticed in the interview he said shout out to Hamo. So I'm like, why the fuck is he shouting out Hamo if that's supposed to be? Okay, so for y'all guys who out there, some of y'all might not be slow as me. There's two guys that goes by the name of Hamo. Brooklyn Hamo and Queens Hamo. Queens Hamo was cool with Tony Yayo and them. Brooklyn Hamo was cool with Maino and so forth, other people. So maybe that'll help y'all understand in case y'all caught it and just realize that Hamo is two different people. It's just that they both was following under the name Hamo on the streets and they both was out here causing havoc. So that's how I forgot. I just knew the boy Hamo was crazy, driving everybody, was into everything. Little did I know that it was two guys out there on the same tight time running around with the same name. So it is what it is. And, I'm just glad that I got that cleared up because now I kind of dig a little deeper when Maino be like, oh, I can't really do too much with 50 because my man family don't really deal too much. So now I know what he's talking about. He's friends with the Brooklyn Homo, same one that Mike Tyson was friends with, and so on and so forth. There's another Homo from Queens, which was cool with 50 Cent and all them. Yayo said, boy, used to run around on demon time just like the other Homo. So now that we got that out the way, that'll give y'all the clear identifier why he's going so hard on Maino or why he's doing what he do. Now, to rebuttal what Maino said, he says, like, okay, I don't know. I know 50 Cent the rapper. I don't know 50 Cent the gangster. I don't know 50 Cent the gangster. I don't think nobody, and I knew 50 Cent since the early thousands. I don't know him as the gangster. Yeah, he moved around with bulletproof vests and, had mob scenes and shit like that. But I'm not going to say that I look at 50 as a gangster. I look at 50 as a super troll. Most trolls get punched on. He won't get punched on. So it's like, okay. For me, honestly, I look at 50 as the bully's bully. That's the reason why all them followers like, laugh, and share what he says because they do the same thing. A lot of y'all niggas do be running around tripping. And it's because y'all don't run into the right path. As far as for Maino, I know Maino, like for me, I'm sorry, I was a fan of High Hater. I'm not even gonna lie. That was my shit. I was riding around banging that joint. But even why the reason why I knew Hey Maino was because of the hand of God. He laid the hand of God on Hitmaker back in the day, and that's what he always was notorious for. Then they had another story where he supposedly beat Lil C's up under a car. That's what I always know Mano for. Now, if you want to say gangster, I cannot give you a gangster tag for putting your hands on Young Bird, aka Hitmaker, or putting your hands on Little C's. I don't know how many niggas you cut. I don't know. The stories ain't out there. Now, as far as 50 Cent, you got niggas out here talking about this nigga's on the block at 12, driving the 7 Series at the age of 14. Like, I'm kind of lost, man. You know, he got some people that's vouching for him. Sound like a street life, not unless he was working at McDonald's driving this 745 back in the day. Just saying, bro. And then at the end of the day, that man actually got a situation where they can say this nigga little boy a fucking god to the streets, not in real life. But this nigga put Preem Young Bull him, he Young Bull Preem. I don't think you never Young Bull no nigga like that. That's why his ego and what he is and the stories is out here. I did a lot of searching about Maino. Maino was my man. Like I told you on my last video, Maino was in my deck at the time. I still bang KO Brooklyn, KOB3 right now. That's one of my best CDs by him. But it is what it is, bro. Like, it's just like I'm not telling him to bow out or tread lightly because of who it is, but just do you. All this trying to challenge character, leave that out of it. Either take it to the bars or do what nobody has ever done and put your hands. That's the best advice. But this shit right here is kind of making you come off as strange or hateful. I never known him to be a gangster. Who cares? Who cares? Y'all all entertainers. You're a radio personality, bro. I didn't call you a gangster. I call you a radio personality. So let's just stop. It is what it is. And that part I wish he could have left out. All right, on to the next topic. On to the next topic. I mean, all I can say about that is I hope they can get it together. Like I said, man, my city ain't no better on the rap shit, man. We got a little bit more unity than New York do, but I think they need to go on the Donald Trump campaign, make New York great again. That way we can get some good music out. Hopefully some of these nut ass OGs tap in, the funk flexes and all you guys, man. Tap in, man. Use your OG power on these niggas, man. Make them figure this shit out. But on to the next topic, man. We're gonna come on back to the crib with this one. It's a little, mystery topic I threw in, which is this whole Osino and Memphis Bleek situation. Now, I'm laughing because I remember hearing that they was going through their little issues or whatever. But I'm like, man, nah, he can't be that tight. I'm like, he mad because no, a nigga speak they mind. That's kind of crazy. So I'm like, damn, okay. The internet is silence and freedom of speech. The feds is, I said, maybe regular people doing it. Because I'm like, I don't even see what he said to make Bleak as tight as he did, not enough to be texting and threatening you. So, or I'm sorry, trying to threaten. But all I can say is, I mean, I ain't taking sides because I'm from Philly and none of that shit, but I do agree with what you said. I ain't never heard one tough thing you did. Um, they ain't never did. They in jail. You probably ain't got a criminal record, bro. Um, as far as butting your face in people's business, that don't work too well. Definitely not a Philly business. New York business, that's fine. Let me put y'all guys on a little history about Roc-A-Fella, Philadelphia, New York. Let me put you on a little history. During the time when state property was on tour and creating music together, Philly niggas was out there beating the shit out them New York niggas. Let me tell you how it went down. So I don't know what the fuck we talking about. Y'all thought I was gonna say some more cool shit. No, nigga, I'm gonna do me. Let me tell y'all the truth, bro. Y'all heard the story about how Beans beat the whole fucking studio up and out there about his chain. Those are all New York niggas. When Bean showed up to Kanye to help him at the diner, this was in New York. So at the end of the day, Bleak, shut the fuck up, nigga. Philly niggas always came through and soldier they way out there in y'all situation. So stop, bro. Why you think that nigga gonna come anyway? The difference is y'all had beans in the flesh that physically protected y'all. Oskino did the same. Or won't you tell Choke No Joke bring that video up when they was on tour? Those Philly niggas out there beating your asses out there backstage. Well, I don't want to break like stop. That's why Okaki. Because a nigga like me, no, that was his man. I know the nigga name who was fucking y'all up. That was Woody. See what I'm saying? And am I lying, famous guys? Am I lying? Because that was Oskino man that was fucking everybody, both from our West Philly. So once again, Bleak, come on, bro. Just why you ain't hit him up on some bro time or, try to, do something another way. I said, I'm like, I hope this man really ain't threatening the boy. I hope he's just joking. I hope he is, man. I hope he is. So yeah, it's like some of the time. So that's for y'all internet people out there wondering, like, who the hell is this nigga Ostino to be talking about weak like that? That's why he feel like he can do that. I ain't scared of that, man. And I know for a fact that whole tour, nigga, wasn't no Philly nigga out there getting checked by no New York nigga except for motherfucking uh except for Hope. And if y'all remember to listen to Bean's story closely in Quad Studio, Dame was upset. So them was probably his niggas that got fucked up in that studio or his affiliates. And I tell people, man, just listen to the story, stop being groupies, man. But as far as that whole exchange, man, I really do hope that they come with a better solution. But yeah, Bleak, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking about, bro. And it's like read the messages. Like he really thought that shit was gonna hit somewhere or something. Like, bro, you tripping like shit. It don't even matter if it's O or not. I don't know nobody gonna talk to no nigga on no phone like that. Shit, to be honest, I don't even know no real niggas who'll text that shit. I'm just saying, nigga, you gonna hear my voice, bro, so you know it's me. You ain't gonna say no assistant did that. It was AI. No, nigga, you gonna talk to me. Just saying. But it is what it is, man. It's kind of fucked up. Definitely fucked up. I mean, even for them to be going at it, I don't really see because, like I said, Oskino got the short end of the stick to that whole Roc-A-Fella thing. Him and Sparks, and Sparks ain't opened his mouth yet. Like lightly has spoke about it. Oskino has been a little bit more vocal than Sparks was, but he kind of quiet because I'm willing to say he probably know way more than what he's saying. And I mean, that'll let y'all know he still got love for y'all if he not letting everything he got out. Because I know for a fact they know I was standing next to he was there for this. He ain't said it yet. Those are the times why I tell people, man, be cautious and see that nigga still fuck with y'all. And just a little food for thought. So on to the last topic, y'all. This one is like a part that I felt not part of the show, but something I felt like I wanted to do. T.I. been starting all this wolfing and King of the South and all this shit. So I wanted to do some research. And I just try to wonder and understand what do people simplify as being the king of or so on and so forth. So I know the first thing they always say when we talk about Jay-Z is album sales. So I went and did a little research. Yes, T.I. did sell a lot of records. Future sold more. Of course, we know Outkast sold more, but then niggas will follow up by saying, oh, Outkast been out longer. You're right. That's why I didn't say Outkast. I said Future. To me, myself, from the stats and analytics that I have put together, Future is the king of the South. If that's all it takes. I don't understand what T.I. makes to pass him. No, Future doesn't have any gun cases that disappeared after doing a year and a day. You're 100% correct. Future does not have any other allegations, just magically disappear either. So on the street boxes, check, check. We just seen that Future's brother was just picked up for a major drug bust. Street, check, check, check. Album sales, check, 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 check. So what considers you as the king of the South? Because you said it? Because your old head told you to wear your hat crooked like it was a crown? I'm kind of lost, bro. I'm lost. So I just try to wonder, where do these people come from with these terminology? And then I laugh and I think about conversations back in the day with like Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. And when Dennis Larry asked him, "Who qualified you to call yourself a doctor?" Same thing. Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre worked on beats and music, but that's Dr. Dre. I don't think he went to medical school. So I guess that's why T.I. can call himself the king of the South, because people have done it before. We had two Dr. Dre's. Neither one of them were doctors. See what I'm saying? So I guess you gotta understand it. In the words of Osino, we got a rapper named Memphis Bleek who's never been to Memphis. So I mean, it is what it is, man. You can just do what you want to do. Like he said, he Colorado. Oh, he ain't never been there, but that's what niggas doing. That's what they doing. So it's kind of like that's how stuff like that resonate to me. But for me myself, I did some research. Ti did have a slight residency, but wasn't like Future's residency. See, like the reason that got me on this, right, is because I'm looking at, like, I was kind of like proud about a couple days ago when they announced that Young Jeezy will be having a residency in Las Vegas. Being at my age, I know that when a person get a residency is different. Chris Angel had a residency at the Luxor, lived up at the top. Celine Dion, Cher, Mariah Carey, Elton John. Not everybody gets a residency. Flo Rida, of course, I think he started to pack, my man. But it's not like you got to have a body of music that people want to listen to over and over and over and over again for you to have a residency. Just saying. Drake could have a residency because the nigga literally had Drake night in the city of Philadelphia during the whole beef with him and Meek Mills. And it was still packed out every night at the Fillmore to dance at Drake night. So certain people I can see having a residency, but that let me know where you usher on to a new level of star when you get a residency. But I don't see Jeezy running around saying he's the king of the South. Trap King, possibly. He don't even say that, but nobody does that except for him. And I tell people, when you constantly say you are something, people are going to think that you're not. So he would have been better off just running around being Tip and making music and showing niggas that he was the king, not just running around king of the South. Shut man, nah, bro, it don't work that way. See what I'm saying? Kings, yeah, it's just a lot. It's a long story to what consider you as a king. See what I'm saying? And then there's too many starving artists around Atlanta that was not getting no help from you, my nigga. So I'm not gonna say king and take care of his king. And as far as to put the South on there, I don't know nothing about. Sorry, bro. That was a big statement that you've been wearing, but I don't think he's been wearing it. People just been ignoring. But that shit definitely came in my mind. I'm like, man, this nigga the king of the South. What the fuck is Future? Shit, if he the king of Atlanta, what the fuck is Future? What the fuck is Andre? What the fuck is Big Boy? I mean, Atlanta had some good selling musical artists back when it was hard to sell. Future, you can pick fun at him, but T.I. came in right in that Usher era, the digital era. He sold ringtones. He sold all that shit too. So some of his success is based off kind of sort of the same as Future. Maybe it was a little bit more mature by the time Future came out, but the digital age, do your homework. Young Jock is going down. That was a ringtone. They sold millions of ringtones at the time. Make It Rain, Fat Joe. These was ringtones. This was the digital era. Not now, if y'all want to give it to streaming, that's something different. But that digital era has been here since the early thousands, late 99. iTunes, Apple Music has been around a lot longer than people think. Do your homework. You just didn't have an iPhone. You always been able to buy people music off of Apple Music. Not like now. Yeah, it's probably every artist in the world. At that time, it was probably every top artist, not any and every artist you can search. So that's why I say it's just like really knowing the homework of the tech. It just knowing the shit. And I've been around. So I watched the transitions. See what I'm saying? The ringtone era where people was getting paid. I remember when they weren't even getting paid off of ringtones anymore. Because people like Soldier Boy, he got paid, but he got burnt on his ringtone money. For some reason, people was on them ringtones at that time. Kinda sorta to be honest, by the time Future came out, which was Tony Montana, niggas was hyped just hearing the iPhone ringtone. Niggas ain't care no more. I remember I had ringtones on my iPhone a long time ago, but I remember it's like around that era, nobody cared. So T.I. actually had an extra push. He was in the 8 ringtone era. He was in the beginning of the digital era also. I remember this nigga T.I. owned the website back in the day called streetcred.com, where you actually had to go to the site every day, and each day you go, you get your rep up, and as you get your rep up in the site, you become, man, shut the fuck up. Like I say, though, I've been around, man. I've been around. That was in the MySpace day. I know a bunch of people probably like, what the fuck? Yeah, like niggas don't remember websites like So Raspy. Niggas don't remember them Jones because they wasn't on the internet. And remember back then, everything wasn't mobile friendly back then. So you really had to be on a desktop to visit a lot of these sites. I remember about 2009, 2010, I started making all my websites mobile friendly. That was because I knew it was coming. Little Birdie told me, yo, man, everybody gonna be going on a phone. I said, man, that little ass screen ain't shit. No, they got these new phones coming out, bro. You gonna be able to see everything. And I remember, of course, the iPhones came out, but I had this phone by T-Mobile called the Wing. That joint was blue. You push it to the side. That was my first joint with a nice size screen that actually was comfortable searching the internet. And that was the ushering of the app era. Yeah, man, do your homework, man. T-Mobile Wing, man, that was my shit, man. I remember that joint. What was that, like 05, 06? But it was what it was, man. But like I tell people, man, me being around is what always make me frown an eye when these guys say how they say or try to be too tough. Like, pussy, you reinvented, nigga. You was the happy nigga. Then you come back and you just rough and tough and tumbled and all this and shit. But T.I. was always the one that got me because he tried to keep that toughest there. And I ain't never seen no nigga come home different from doing a year and a day for 13 burners with silences. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get over the fact that you was home so fast. See what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand. But it's money and stipulations that make state mandatories disappear. State mandatories. Not even blue collar criminals can get around state mandatory, but these hip hop artists can. As always, guys, thanks for checking in with me, man. I definitely like checking in with y'all. Definitely make sure you check out the sponsor. If you have subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. Please make sure you smash that like button and you better hit that notification bell because y'all see these episodes coming. I ain't stopping. I told y'all I'm back. So, thank you.